Yo. Katie Louise says see you in 4 hours. Wait, what? Old Gator, how's it going? Is this only... Is it only picking up the game sound through the desktop audio? Yo. Katie Louise says see you in 4 hours. Wait, what? Oh. I usually have the volume for the game turned down quite low in general, because I'm usually talking to people on Discord when I'm playing it, so... Oh, the Helltide is on at the moment. Alright, so I need to go to somewhere and actually get something going in terms of the gameplay, so we can actually hear if there's any sound. I need to get on that program. Yeah, I need the header for the thing. I've just got like a random Elden Ring header at the moment as well. But yeah, how's it going, Mario? Right, so we need to get out. Oh, of all the places I could have teleported to, I can't use my horse here. I need to get out into the thick of it and then see what it's sounding like volume-wise, because... And then you guys will have to let me know in the chat whether it's quiet or loud. Oh, it is lagging. Oh. Yeah, the lag is a little bit spicy. But yeah, during the Helltide, for those of you who don't know obviously much about it, like during the Helltide event, part of the map, as you can see, is all red. And it's basically infested with demons, and you go around and kill them. It's very low. I can turn it up quite a bit actually. That's the desktop audio. I can turn it right up. Yo, T, how's it going? But yeah, so essentially, the Helltide, the enemies aren't particularly tough. I'm just like, you just have to go around and kill loads of enemies and collect the bits that you need. Basically, you can see up in the top corner here, it says Helltide duration, 40 minutes. That's how long it'll be on for. And then underneath that is the cinder things that I'm picking up from killing enemies. You need to get to 175 of those. And then you can open a chest that will just be out in the wilderness somewhere. That will drop, like, good stuff. Finally playing horror games again. I mean, I guess it technically is a horror game, I suppose. It's more of an action game, though, really, because it's not... I wouldn't say it was, like, scary at all, but... I need to find where the need to find out where the Helltide chest is and where the events are. So the chest that I'm going to want to get is over here, and there's an event there as well. So yeah, the good thing is, yo, Master Shinobi, how's it going? Yeah, someone's already made, like, a lot of people have already made fan, like, tools and stuff, like, this, for this Helltide thing. There's, like, a Helltide tracker. So it'll tell you, like, where the chest that you need to find is, where the events that spawn on the map are that will give you more of these, like, cinder things. And yeah, these orange, if you find these orange things, orange circles, these are like events. Oh, these guys are rare. Okay, he's immune. So I'm guessing there's some minions around here to find. This is some tough rubble. So yeah, the whole point of my build, which, like I say, at the moment, during the Helltide, we're not fighting enemies that are particularly tough. So my build doesn't exactly, like, you know, pop off and go crazy. But essentially what my build does is it's a combo of, like, 3 different moves that I do. So the first one is putting down this aura thing, so this. So that does like an AoE debuff effect. So all enemies within that like sphere get debuffed. I didn't really get many shards out of that. I guess it's because I came here like right at the last minute. So everyone in that like area of effect gets debuffed. And then the 2 main abilities that I use with the Necromancer is this one here is Corpse Tendrils. So it basically means like tentacles shoot out of a corpse that I target when I use it and pull in all of the nearby enemies into one space. So obviously what I do is I put my debuff AoE thing down. Then I use the Corpse Tendrils to pull everyone into that area. And then my other ability that I just like then spam after that is called Corpse Explosion, and it just makes the corpses in that like area explode and do loads of damage. So essentially it's all very targeted area damage. So I do a debuff on an area. The first hit I land on an enemy creates a corpse, even though I haven't killed anyone. That's like a special Necromancer ability. And then yeah, I just start exploding the corpses. And so all the enemies get drawn into a very small area that is debuffed. And then I explode all the things on them. And I have, by the enemies who are debuffed by the first thing I do, the AoE, enemies that get damaged while debuffed refill this like mana globe thing. So essentially I can, and they also refill my cooldown things. So I can essentially, if I get a big enough group of enemies drawn into one place, I can pretty much like infinitely use all of my abilities, which is pretty good. Turned up right at the last minute again. How many of these events am I going to get to where they're already finished? Oh no, he hasn't done this yet. I have to stand on these 4 like pedestals to charge up the shrine. I keep coming across these events though when they're already finished. So I'm not getting anywhere near enough of the these things that I need. I've got 70. I need to put the marker back on here. If you get too close to your map marker, it disappears because you're obviously at the place you want it to go. But I need to keep it there because that's where the chest I want to go to once I get to 175 is. Why is that guy just running away from these dudes? I'll save you, random dude. So yeah, it's pretty much a cycle of doing that. So basically the debuff is yeah, I should be able to get the last time. Oh, you have like you take some I need to do more events really, but like usually because there's 2 chests in the area in total. So in total in the entire Helltide thing you want to get 350 of those things. And I don't think there's been a time where I've done this where I haven't gotten it. Oh. Helps if I don't accidentally click to get off my horse though. But yeah, the events will always like respawn as well. So there's an event back in this place. And so in theory, when I've done this one, I can go back to the place I was just at and then get another one to appear. But yeah, unfortunately I keep getting here like too late. Not like late, I still get some of the rewards, but if I was getting here a little bit earlier, I would get more of these shards from killing all the enemies. But yeah, now, in theory, if I go back this way... then there should be another event coming back here soon. You can always tell as well, because there'll be like an orange triangle appears on the floor. But yeah, all of my different abilities, by comboing them all together, they all do like extra little like debuffs and stuff. So when they're all stacked on top of each other, and the enemies get pulled into that really small space, it means all of my abilities do tons of damage. And the funny thing is, to make the build like as strong as it is, it basically required me to sacrifice having minions, which is kind of funny because it's like one of the main things that you would have as a necromancer normally, is the fact that you have all the skeletons and stuff that you can summon. But by not having them, I get a bunch of extra like buffs and stuff instead. Instead of... Wait, why is that not in there? Instead of wrath form for dash skill, you have a horse. I'm guessing that's a immortal thing, right? You see, this guy's coming here for the event too, but it's not back yet. Yeah, it's annoying because the events are the best ways of getting loads of the things. And meteors falling out of the sky. Usually that means, yeah, a boss monster is about to spawn. Yeah, pull them all into that area, debuff. Barbarian guy turned up as well. Whirlwind spinning his way in. Survive the enemy waves. Oh, this is a much better one, because the killing enemies is how you get those things, right? So when you get an event where you just have to kill enemies, it's a lot better. And there's tons of other people here. Yo, Minigun, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I summoned Ultra Vegito Blue shortly after reaching out on Twitter, so I'd like to imagine you blessed it. Hey, nice. That's cool. I saw people talking about it yesterday. Obviously, I don't follow Legends, so I don't really know. I don't bother like reading the passives or anything when a new unit comes out, because it's not going to make any sense to me anyway. But I have heard everyone saying that he is crazy good. Is he like the best unit in the game or something? What's go. It's not really... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Oh, this guy is putting some status effects on these boys. Yeah, this is a much better event, because now so many enemies are dying around me, or around here. We're getting a lot of those things drop. Oh, that's my ult that I haven't used yet either. It's the bone storm thing. Get loads of bones swirling around me that do damage. So I'm up to now 143. So let's see. Is one going to come back over here? Because if I get a good one over here, I could be done with for the first one. Apparently I'm just riding into a wall. Ah, yeah, here we go. Jar of Souls. This is another one that's usually just loads of enemies. Why does there have to be a bunch of ranged enemies? My whole build is about people coming in close. Oh, that's annoying. Frozen. Come here. Goddamn ranged enemies. Yeah, that ice thing in time. But yeah, I can get like, I can do so much like area of effect damage because of creating loads of corpses just from killing all the enemies and then using my thing to just like spam the corpse explosion thing. So I need, what, 12 more? 11 more now? Shouldn't be too hard to get. Yo, Daniel, how's it going? Planning on starting a Dokkan first focus channel in Urdu. It's going to be an introduction to native Urdu speakers who are fans of Dragon Ball. Hey, that sounds kind of cool. Honestly, it's really hard to know where to start. Like, covering big news things is probably going to be one of the best things, right? Because like big news topics will get views even on like a newer channel where people don't really know you because it's like a hot topic. Because if you start off by doing things like just showcasing the new unit, which obviously like every Dokkan channel does, like brand newer channels, it's very unlikely that people are gonna find those very easily. So there you go. So you open the 175 chest. And this is what we're after. Oh, I got a unique helmet. I think I know which one it is, because I think there is only actually one unique Necromancer helmet. But yeah, it's this one, Deathless Visage. Gives you a special effect for the ability Bone Spear, but that's not an ability that I use. So unfortunately, that does mean it is not very useful for me. But right, and where's the other Helltide chest? It's down in this area down here. It's like over here. So I need to go to... might as well go to this town. I think one of the main issues people face early on is knowing what a rotation is. Yeah, exactly. I think doing basic, like, beginner guide type stuff's good. I've always meant to do my own one, like a full-on beginner's guide, but like I've realised every time I go to do it, I realise just how much work it will be. Although I suppose now that I am full-time, I have a lot more time to actually do stuff like that, which I didn't really before. But yeah. Right, so gonna go just clear out my inventory very quickly. Because the thing is, for me, when it comes to... I'm at the point now with my game where I'm obviously in the end game. The level cap is 100, but I'm at the point where I'm starting to need to get my, like, end game gear. And so I'm looking for pieces of armor that are, like, either better than the ones that I have in terms of stats or give abilities. So you can see, like, this helmet gives +2 Iron Maiden. That's an ability I don't use. So that helmet is basically of no use to me. And then the only other thing you can do is these legendary items, the orange ones. They have these things called aspects. So it's that special ability with the orange text. I can take that out of items, pieces of armor, and put them in other pieces. So I'm essentially trying to farm for good aspects. But unfortunately, this one is like an ability. So while Army of the Dead is active, I don't use that ability. So that's useless to me. And then this is when a segment of Bone Prison is destroyed or expired, it deals damage. I don't use Bone Prison. So essentially, out of all of that stuff that I just got out of that chest, none of it was useful to me at all, apart from breaking it down into materials that you then use to upgrade your armor. So, I mean, at least I can use it for something. And then I don't really need these gems either, so I'm just going to sell them. And then, yeah, now I just go back out into the Helltide. I need another 175. I thought you were talking about the end game in Dokkan. The additional buff they gave Goku and Frieza makes them arguably bad, but Vegito wins the Giga Chad contest. Doesn't surprise me though. Everybody loves a new Vegito. Oh, I completely forgot. I should be using a thingy. Yeah, there's elixirs that you can craft that you can use. They give you a certain effect, but they also give you an extra bonus. I think it's like 5% HP for like 30 minutes. So if you're ever doing something that's very killing lots of enemies intensive, you want to make sure you've got one of those on so you can get extra XP. Grinding new EZAs as we speak. Thank God for the last update. Yeah, the auto battle thing definitely can be useful for that kind of thing. Oh, there's an event up here. Oh, God, I need to keep stopping. I always accidentally right-click my mouse, which is to get off your horse, which obviously I definitely don't want to be doing. Oh, I might die. Oof, that guy stunned me at the worst possible time. So one of my abilities is that when I use my bone storm thing, this like swirling bone thing, it gives me a barrier, which is pretty good. Well, not really. This event is not really suited to my build though, because this is not so much an enemy focused one. I have to destroy those balls, and debuffs don't really work on them. Fortunately, they're not very difficult to destroy. Ooh, getting a bit spicy over there. Spam corpse explosion for the win. One more invasion portal. Right. Oh, don't lag. Defeat the Helltide commander. Oh god. Oh, he's immune. Oh, great, he's immune to my corpse tendrils thing. That's not good. It's like my main attacking ability. Oh, God. Alright. Spam corpse explosion. That's the way. God, it's a good thing I'm using this thing that gives me the barrier, because he is... he went ham with those AoE attacks. So this build is it's basically darkness based. I'm sacrificing all the minions for having extra like buffs to things like darkness damage and crit chance and all that kind of stuff. And then it's mainly a combo of I use Decrepify on an area to debuff, then I hit an enemy to create a corpse, use corpse tendrils to drag all the enemies into that area, and then just spam corpse explosion and sever until they all die. And with some of the combinations of like the passives that I have and stuff, enemies being damaged while they're in that Decrepify debuff will give me things like reduced cooldown time, give me my resource back and stuff. The only thing it doesn't have is like a really, really good defensive ability, which is why I have the thing where when I use my Bone Storm I get a barrier, because otherwise... What's my... Yo, Stash, how's it going? Can't wait for Season 1. Yeah, it's... Oh, there's an event here again already. Someone else is here now as well. Can you not? Hey, other guy, go kill the dudes. Although you can't damage this guy. Okay, I guess I'll just have to do it. He took so long to kill that other guy that another one appeared. Now you would think, with all those enemies killed in this area, that would have been a lot of those cinder things, but it really doesn't seem like it was that many. Horse. To be fair, sometimes it is actually pretty good to just group up with other people, because if they're killing enemies near me, so that means I can get the things that get dropped. So I'm just gonna follow these guys. There should be a boss enemy spawning here soon. Not now. Oh, this guy's a lot of HP. 109. Oh, and an event is coming back here again. Yes, we got the crew together. We got quite a few people now.
Do you need help?
You can see it slowing down majorly.
I'm cold. You stay. Your grandfather was supposed to walk me home.
I might have to, for the next stream, I might have to change this setup. I might have to stream, if I'm going to stream Diablo again, I might have to do it on my laptop, because my laptop actually runs Diablo better than my PC. Because my laptop is a new gaming laptop, whereas my PC is a couple of years old at this point. And it does meet all the specs, but obviously my laptop is literally like brand new. So... yeah, just pulling all of these enemies into one area and then just doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Like, I can kill big groups of enemies so quickly. Getting a lot of cinders out of this. Uh, 149, so I only need 26 more, and I've got 11 minutes. I love being a manga reader. I haven't read a good manga for a while, actually, to be honest. Right, I need to start. Where is the chest? Oh, the chest is quite far away. So I need to start heading towards the chest and then just kill some stuff along the way, basically, to get the last things. Tell me you also ignore these events outside of the Helltides. Oh yeah, outside of the Helltides, yeah. Because there's not really much point. I mean, the Obels, it's good to get them to gamble for items from the Curiosities person so you can get aspects. But yeah, I don't really... I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on the world map outside of Helltides, to be honest, because I used a guide and went through and got all of the Shrines of Lilith, like, super early on. I've got my Renown maxed out in, like, all the areas. So really, most of the time, all I do now is when I'm playing it with my friends, we either are doing the Helltide, or I just use the sigils and go and do like nightmare dungeons. So I'm not really on the world map all that much anymore. Well, these will be the last enemies here, actually, if I get these guys. Go. Right, and now we just go to the chest. It should be over here. Ride past all the enemies. Is it further down here? I'm getting knocked off my horse, nice. Alright, use the ability. There we go. Is it down here? Oh, it's... Oh, damn it. I forgot. The freaking... I didn't realise it was going to be this close. On the hour, the chests update and change, like, to a different place. So the chest moved, like, 6 minutes ago. God damn it. So I have to look up where it is now. Go away. Right, so where is it now? It is down here. Alright, well, I've got a short time to get there. Yeah, those skeleton archer things, they're like, yeah, the bow, like, tower things, they're so annoying. They can do quite a lot of damage, which is... right. Alright, we got 7 minutes and 40 seconds to get there. Because, yeah, there's other chests dotted around that show up on your map as you get close to them that cost lower amounts. So, obviously, they have a less likelihood to actually give you, like, really good stuff. But, oh, God damn it. But the 175 chest is the one that's going to give you, like, the really good stuff. But, yeah, the last thing I need is to get, like, huge groups of enemies that knock me off my horse. Oh my god. Yeah, if you die at any point during the Helltide, you lose half of your cinders. So if I was to get killed on my way to this chest now, I would lose half of my things, so then I wouldn't have enough to open it. Which would be really bad. I can't even see it. It's there, but it hasn't loaded in. I just know that it is there. I've got 2 legendaries. That's not great. Alright, well, we did it in time, so now we can go back to one of the good towns that actually has all of the shops. My Street Fighter, I got a bit, like, I got super into playing it, like, off stream, because the streams were fun, but, like, I obviously wasn't full time yet. I wasn't, like, super into the whole, like, fully committing to streaming at that point, especially on the second channel, because just one of those things, like, my biggest problem with my Dokkan channel was that I just wasn't able to commit as much time as I would have liked, and so doing the second channel, like, I was able to do a couple of streams here and there, but the other times I just wasn't able to stream or whatever. So I did finish playing the Street Fighter 6 campaign, but I finished it, like, off stream. It ended a lot shorter, quicker than I expected it to. I actually genuinely did not realise I was at the end until I'd actually finished it, which was unfortunate, but... who's my message from? Oh yeah, it's just a thumbs up. Because, yeah, I'm streaming till 6, which is in, like, 50 minutes, because then I'm going out to see some of my friends from college. Obviously, like I said earlier, like I said in the post, I don't really want to talk about it, like, a huge amount, but I appreciate everybody that, like, reached out and commented on that post that I made earlier. So, yeah, I'm just making sure I keep myself busy at the moment, so... Doing lots of streaming, doing the video stuff. I'm going out to see friends tonight. I'm seeing my sister tomorrow. And then I'm going out to see friends on Friday as well. So I got a lot of stuff going on over the next few days to keep me occupied. So, but yeah, I need to look for... I need to keep those... I need to get the ancestral version of these boots. Because these boots are good. But they're like the lower rarity version. I need to get the actual higher rarity version of them to drop, because, like, even these yellow ones of the lower rarity are, or the higher rarity, sorry, are better than my ones, which is annoying. But yeah, essentially no good things again.
I'll take it.
So yeah, essentially, aside from the XP from the Helltide and the resources that I got, I didn't really get much out of that, so... you know what? Let me quit. If I quit the Discord, quit out of Discord, that'll give me some extra bandwidth. Alright, so filling out my skill tree, extra 50 armor, we take those. I'm about to level up as well, so basically the other main thing you do at the end, once you have, like, so I did the Helltide because it's like a world event that happens, but the other thing you do at the end game is really just doing nightmare dungeons. So you get these things that you use, and it turns a dungeon into a nightmare dungeon, so it's like a higher level with yeah, let's do that one. Oh no, I don't want that one. Chases you around, releasing deadly. I don't want that. Nightmare pulls up. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, create a nightmare dungeon. Abandon mineworks. So I can go to the map. There it is. Teleport to it. And basically, there's a bunch of these dungeons dotted around the world. And by turning it into a nightmare dungeon, you just make it a higher level. So it has tougher enemies and therefore gives you more XP and drops better loot. And so yeah, the end part is basically just the end game for the time being is essentially just doing nightmare dungeons, doing the Helltide, doing world bosses. But yeah, usually most of the time I play with my friends, but this is an odd time of day for them. But like I say, this stream is a little bit earlier than my afternoon streams usually are because I am going out later, but I didn't want to not do a second stream at all. So I've got a lot of you men that's here. I keep enjoying the content and supporting you. Take it one day at a time. Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Like, you guys have been awesome. The stream this morning was actually insane. I can't believe that we had one person in the stream who super chatted, I think it was like $80 in total, and gifted like 15 memberships. So like, in total, in terms of like actual contribution value, I'm pretty sure that adds up to like 150 or something. So it's pretty crazy. What am I doing? Free the prisoners. Yeah, fighting enemies in such a small confined area is really good for my build as well, because my build is just literally all about doing like concentrated area damage. So having loads of enemies swarm into a small area is like nothing but good for me, basically. And then yeah, if things ever get a little bit spicy, I can activate that Bone Storm ultimate that not only does damage all around me, but gives me a barrier, which makes me immune to taking damage for a certain amount of time. So yeah, I really like this build, because one of the things I noticed, like I was playing my Necromancer, I wasn't really paying a huge amount of attention to things. I was just putting points wherever I felt like it, just messing around. And as you started getting into the much more difficult stuff, your minions that you can have, your like skeletons and golem and stuff like that, they were starting to die a lot in the harder content. I know there's obviously skills and abilities and stuff you can get to have buffs for them, but I saw a thing, I think it was somebody else was looking at something I saw on like a video. It was like there's a site you can look up like end game builds. So I just, out of curiosity, I was like, oh, I wonder like what the Necromancer ones are. And then I saw this one that was like the minion list thing. So you can choose to not have the minions to get buffs for yourself. And so I kind of used one of the builds for inspiration, but then like changed a whole bunch of it. And that's where I kind of got the basics for this one from. But yeah, I essentially sacrifice all of my minions so that I just do way more damage myself. Uh-oh. Debuff me. Oh, that was a big poison explosion. I didn't like that. Wait, what? This is an interesting one of these weird, like, the nightmare dungeons often have this weird, like, extra thing as well. So like the one in this one is that those portals keep randomly opening and like chucking out a bunch of enemies, which is interesting. Some of them are really annoying. There's ones where like an orb follows you around the entire dungeon and every now and then just randomly like explodes and does damage if you're too close to it. So that one's kind of annoying because you've got to focus on everything else going on and then whether that orb is about to explode, which is a bit of a pain. But yeah, my corpse explosion thing creates an area of effect, like damage on the floor, like thing. So even these spiders that explode into like smaller spiders, a bunch of them just die instantly because they're spawning into my like poison pool, basically. It's pretty funny. Oh yeah, and blowing up the corpses refills this mana thing faster, which is why I often do it even when there's no enemies nearby. But yeah, as a necromancer, my basic attacks are not very strong, so it's all about spamming my abilities like crazy. Alright, so I need to go this way. And yeah, you can see here you have 4 revives. Depending on the difficulty of the Nightmare Dungeon, the less revives you are allowed. In case you die. But if you're with friends, if you die and they res you, it doesn't count as using one of your revives, so that's pretty good. That's why when we play it together, we obviously do, like, if we're playing with groups of people, you just do the harder, like the higher level Nightmare Dungeons, because even if it is a little bit harder, it doesn't matter if you die a couple of times, because you just pick each other up and keep going. But yeah, I am enjoying this game. There's an well, not an there's like new update stuff coming out in, I can't remember when it is, it's very soon. Even though you'd think that's what it was when the game came out, it's called Season 1. And it has a bunch of like extra things that are going to be happening. So. It's funny, it's one of those things I was in like 2 minds about getting this game until I saw, I logged onto the Discord one day and noticed that like all of my friends were playing it. So it's like, oh well, I guess that solves that conundrum, right? It's quite funny though, when there's a lot going on, there is a lot going on like, on the screen, but...
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Yep, get rescued. What have we got over here? Blast Wave Shrine. Yeah, you can find these shrines dotted around as well that give you various different effects. And the one that I just picked up is that every now and then I just let out like AoE explosions. So, just free extra damage. Travel to the haunted tunnels. But yeah, it's one of those things. I know it's difficult to like, even with a like a main channel that's a pretty decent size, it's very difficult to like just grow a second channel. But I want to be able to do like other games and stuff, because like I spend a lot of my time just like playing games. So especially now that I am like a full-time content creator, it's like if I'm going to be sat playing Diablo for like a couple of hours, it feels like it only really makes sense to stream it as well. But like, obviously I can't do that on my main channel, so... slay the Forsaken Miners is my next objective. Yeah, my build is not a big fan of ranged attackers, because I'm all about drawing everyone in close and then boom, boom, boom. Oi oi Savaloy. You alright, Sharky? Just playing some Diablo for another like 40 minutes and then I'm going to dance. Ooh, my health's getting a bit low. Where are these Forsaken Mines I'm supposed to kill? Can you not? Where did he go? Goddamn wizards.
They've been feeding on me. My soul. Please. Take it back from them. Let it burn.
It's getting a little bit crazy over here. I don't know, time that really bad. I used my corpse tendrils thing like just at the moment where there were no enemies. Thanks, Wandering Soul. The consumable has run out. What's the one I have 10 of? Fallen flight. How am I fighting spiders in here? Spiders, yeah, there we go. Okay, I wonder what will be the first extra class they add into this. I'm trying to think how many they actually eventually added it to Diablo 3 though. I think it might actually have only been 1 or 2. These are the miners. Ooh, I didn't realize my health had so low. Outside of trillions of damage, I can't remember anything about Diablo 3 at this point. Yeah, I didn't play 3 all that much. I was a big fan of 2, like, when I was younger. Played it on, like, our family PC, but, like, I didn't play 3 all that much. I had it on Xbox as well instead of PC, but... So is there one this way? Okay, yeah, there we go. Finally, I'll get to another one. The fact that these guys are also spread out is so annoying. I'm trying to use my like specific combo of abilities, and none of them are in the right place. Oh well. That'll do, I suppose. So it was, yeah, just up that way then, I guess. The other one must be up there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So then when you complete it, you get a legendary thing, which unfortunately I don't need. But the main thing you get for doing the Nightmare Dungeons, as well as getting good gear, is at the end you get this glyph thing. It looks super complicated, which, I mean, it kind of is, but these are all glyphs that I have equipped into my skill tree, and they give me extra buffs. And by doing these nightmare dungeons, you get XP to level them up. So when they get to higher levels, they get significantly better. And that's for like this skill tree here. So like over here, I have a thing put in there. And it gives me extra buffs. In fact, where's the first one? Because this is the one I leveled up to 15, right? I don't know why I just didn't have that. Extra shadow resistance and extra intelligence. Alright, back to town I go. It's a similar combo to what I had in my sorcerer, from what I can tell. Teleport gets a vacuum effect with a certain chest and then throws them over for a burst of glacial shards. Yeah, it's all about just controlling enemies into one place, right? And it's the same. It's one of those things, I guess. The only downside to the build is it is obviously, it's a very repetitive gameplay loop, because it's like every single group of enemies, you do your AoE debuff, corpse tendrils to pull all the enemies into the debuff, and then spam corpse explosion until they all die. And it's very powerful and very effective, but you are essentially just doing the same thing, like, over and over again.
You can still use these.
And I'm not finding any good,
I can break that down.
any good stuff. Don't need skeleton warriors. Don't really care about that. Damage to injured enemies, overpower damage. Oh, but then it gives minion life, which I definitely don't need. Yeah, minion attack speed. Alright, well, don't need any of that. I might as well sell the rest of that stuff. Well, actually, how much gold do I even have at the moment? Oh, I have like 5.5 million. Oh well.
Always smart to buy surprise inventory.
Sell these things anyway. I can't believe I'm like this. I'm like this close to leveling up. So. Oh god, I don't want elites to have the cold enchanted effect all the time. That's terrible. Yeah, min-maxing is really hard at the moment since we can get endgame gear at level 60 outside of Uber Uniques. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm trying not to go full like min-max on my gear right now. I'm just trying to get the good aspects that I can keep, so that then when I do eventually get the really good drops of gear, then I'll be able to put those aspects in them. But for now, it's just a case of getting all the gear. And obviously by leveling up those glyphs and everything, it makes those more powerful. Just makes me more powerful in general. Oh god, yes, this thing is the thing. So this thing is going to follow me around the dungeon and occasionally let out like AoE shockwaves that will do damage to me. Which is kind of annoying. And if it gets like that, if it gets too far away, it can just randomly spawn like in front of you, which is fun. And what do I have to do? Free the prisoners again. Okay. Yeah, I do like the conduit shrine that just turns you into like a ball of lightning. I know there's a prisoner back there, but I want to try and get as many enemies as I can while I'm still a lightning ball. Doesn't last very long though, annoyingly.
Bless you.
Oh no. Freeing that person caused enemies to appear out of nowhere, who then all fell over. I like the fact that because this is such a small room, those enemies all just appeared after I've rescued that prisoner directly into the goo piles from my corpse explosion thing. Because each of the abilities has one of two special like things you can equip to it, so you can only pick one of the two. And the one I have for corpse explosion is that when it explodes, it creates that pool on the floor that you guys can obviously see that does damage over time. And it works with my build because the damage over time is like shadow damage, which is my main. All of my buffs basically buff my shadow damage. Oh my god. Don't like the looks of this. Actually, you know what? This is the perfect room for a bone cyclone. Just run around and let the bone cyclone thing destroy all the eggs. Corpse explosions. Well, this goddamn thing, I have to keep getting out of the way of this thing that's trying to AoE damage me constantly. It's kind of annoying. Bro, go away. Stop AoEing on my face. Yeah. That wasn't a good time to be looking at my phone. So necro skill that synergizes with that nightmare dungeon power of leaving a poison pool on the floor every time you evade. I don't know if I've even seen that one yet. But probably not. I don't think I have anything that's like poison related. I mean, I do have a lot of abilities that are like give me buffs when I'm like debuffing enemies and stuff, but if it's like poison for you, then I don't think I have really anything that's good with that.
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Quick, get out of here before the random shiny rock explodes on you. It's following me around and I don't like it.
Oh, bless
key to open the door. There we go. Down to the next level. So what I have to do now, destroy the wards of eyes. Oh, there's 3 of them. Okay. Oh god, I'm stuck in this thing. Ah. I'm having to focus on the that thing that's trying to explode on me constantly, and all these enemies. So it gets a little bit crazy. Oh my god, there's so many enemies in here. Got that thing trying to blow up and kill me constantly. Yeah, I've heard that Bone Spear is like super OP, but I really like Sever. And I have a pair of gloves that give me +4 Sever as well. Plus I have this really stubborn thing about, like, I don't like using like meta builds. I like coming up with my own like ideas for stuff. So like I've heard that Bone Spear is like super OP, but that makes me not want to use it because apparently that's what like most people are using.
Same dream as always. Serpent eyes in the darkness. Shadows slithering through the grass.
There's one more
I
ward
shed
of
the skin
eyes.
from this old dying form. And I am adorned in scales. And from pain. In the scales are reflected faces of
Level 81.
villagers who scorned me, cursed me,
Can you
laughed
not?
at me. Tongues flick in the darkness. Hear their words in my thoughts.
Yeah, that Sever build basically is my build. I just don't use Blood Mist,
Each life
which is kind of funny because I made this build before actually seeing that
I awaken. And the
that
sword
endgame like GG thing or whatever, Maxwell GG, whatever it is. Because yeah, I have actually looked at that site, but I made my build like before that. So it was kind of funny to see that the build I am using is very, very similar to a build that's listed on that site as an endgame build. So that's cool. I can't remember what it is that I'm using instead of Blood Mist that they use on that build, but I think it's just more the fact that I think it's just I have more points in some of the abilities. As much as I hate to admit, you have to run Blood Mist. Yeah, I think it's one of those, when it gets to the much harder stuff, I probably will need it for like survivability. But for now, while I don't need it, I am not using it. But I can definitely see it being a thing where it's like I will have to use it at some point. It's funny though that like most of the endgame builds ditch the minions because they're when it comes to the really difficult content, they're just not really good enough. Oh, I'm round in a circle. Where's the other? Oh, it must be down here. Yeah, of course it is. I like the fact that I got frozen, but it was still killing everyone as I activated my bone thing. Storm. I was following a guide for ice spikes aspects that spawn with Blizzard. It does tons of damage, but I always like the insta-burst of Glacial Stars, so I did my own variation of that. It's one of those things I started to say, but it's like what I used to do with Magic. I used to play like Magic the Gathering, and I used to play in like tournaments and go to like F&M to play Standard and stuff, and I always liked making my own decks rather than using what was like the best deck in the meta. Or I would at least modify it or whatever. Also, can we not have this thing trying to blow me up while I'm also fighting the boss of the dungeon? It'd be nice. While I spam corpse explosion left, right and centre. Iron Maiden, I don't use that. Best minions build is Thorn minions, but it's not even the minions doing the damage, it's the Thorns from the gear. Yeah, the minions, it's a bit of a shame, because it's like, you're a Necromancer, you're kind of all about the minions, but then you end up, like, not really using them. So... right. So where was I? Oh yeah, I did manage to get to here. Nice. So now I need to get some extra decks to get another 25% damage to injured enemies. I probably do want to fill those out as well. Dex is the hands. So yeah, I need to fill these out and then go this way to get the extra dexterity. And then I can also get to there, which is my legendary perk for this thing, this board. Yeah, I'm at the process now where I am just trying to get good like ancestral gear and good rolls for like, well, good aspects. That's the thing, because I only respect recently, so because I was just using minions, I wasn't really going for any sort of like meta build. I just did random things. I was just playing it like willy-nilly, but then I respect, so obviously I had to, all the aspects and all the gear that I did have at the time was then basically all yeah, like all useless now. So basically, yeah, like all, so yeah, selling all sacred items and yeah, exactly. Yeah, Zoxy Gaming, how's it going? Where's the time? I've only got like 10 minutes. Can I do another thing in 10 minutes? Yeah, see, most of these things, like, they just don't have good good rolls. And yeah, I don't need Iron Maiden. 12 to all stats. Plus they're only sacred, so... But yeah, my friend has a level 100 druid that is an absolute beast. And so we can go into like level 40 odd nightmare dungeons, and he just plows through like one-shotting whole rooms full of enemies, and then I just get tons of XP. But it has been interesting because this is the first time really that I've gone through a bunch of nightmare dungeons like by myself, and yeah, it's worked out quite nicely. What whisper things do I have at the moment? I need 3. Oh, the Helltide... Wait, has the Helltide started again while I was... This can't be the same one, right? Well, I won't have enough time. Like I said, I've got like 10 minutes before I have to leave. Oh, there's a... Oh, world boss starts in 2 minutes. Oh, well, let's do that. I haven't done the world boss this week. Alright, well, we're going to do the world boss. I haven't done a world boss for a little while, so should hopefully get some interesting things out of this. World boss time. Right. Ride there on me horse. I cannot do this in this area. At least I turned off the thing where it's when you press like to sprint with your horse and you're still counted as being in town. I turned off the thing where they then say, I can't do that here, or whatever. So it's like, nah, you do what I say, or you be silent. What is this? Oh yeah, definitely don't want that. Well, there's a lot of enemies around this area. I'm going to get knocked off my horse. Well, I guess I am doing this. Knock me off my horse, will you? And get electrocuted. Should really get to the boss. Go, horse, go. Yo, Crabapple, how's it going? Good evening, Mr. Ningen. I've never watched Diablo content before, so this is new. Oh, man, I'm lagging. Lagging. Yeah, I'm about to fight a world boss, which is a giant boss. Just make sure you're prepared for Season 1 in a week. Yeah, I think I might be level 100 by then, maybe. I haven't played it for like a couple of days. The Crucible is level 90 plus. Oh, he's already appeared. I thought it said started in 2 minutes. Oh, I don't think have I fought this guy before? I actually don't know. Corpse explosion. Oh my god, this guy's look at this guy. This guy's doing some wacky stuff. I like it. Well, that was easy. Funniest thing about world bosses in this is you just get like a bunch of level 100s just turn up and just destroy the boss. Also, doesn't the world boss count as a whisper thing? So that should have finished my thing. Yeah, I've got all the Lilith altars. I went around and did all of the... I've done the renown in like all the areas. I did that a little while ago. World boss. There we go. Oh, Whispers of the Dead. So let's go to the tree. So actually I need to open the cache. Let's see if I actually got anything good. Let me know if you want to do some Nightmare Dungeon runs when you finished doing whatever you're heading out for. Yeah, I'm hanging out with some friends from college, so I probably won't be back until quite late, and then I imagine I will go to bed. But I appreciate the offer, my dude. Post on the if you sub to the channel. I don't know whether you want to if you want to post it publicly, or you can like DM me on Twitter or something. But let me know your like BattleNet thing or whatever.
It is done.
Oh, well, we got to get that. When you get the higher rarity cache, you kind of have to take it, right? Was that it? Just an ancestral ring? Well, that wasn't that great. I don't want... Where is it? I don't want that. Enemies always have cold enchanted. That's horrible. And then I don't need a... Oh, I thought I had a 40... Or 41 somewhere. I might as well get rid of that. I'm not going to be doing... So that was a level 40. Everyone was 34. I suppose there's no point in having the level 41. Yeah, I'll do. I love the fact that the world boss took like no time whatsoever. That was hilarious. Why is Elden Ring DLC out yet? I know. Hey, 20 likes. Let's go. Hey, I'm just glad. Like that's the thing. I know when I stream on the second channel, they're always going to be way lower numbers than the other one. But you know, it's you got to start somewhere, right?
Bless and thank you.
Blood Lance, I don't use that. The Ossified Essence, I don't use that. Skeleton Warriors, no. Intelligence, 12 to all stats, 2 evade charges. I need to get the ancestral, get those cuffs back. Wait, what? Which one? They're good for Bone Spear. What, these ones? Oh, okay. I mean, at the moment, I don't have any intention of respecking to Bone Spear, but I guess I might do it eventually.
Come back and see us.
It's got a bunch of like random shite in here as well. Actually, what level are these? Oh, these are tiers that I can actually do. I should really go through and just do a bunch of them. I don't know why I've kept this either. I don't know if I had a better roll, but... But yeah, I do have some like Bone Spear type stuff. Wait, what? Shout out to... wait, I don't even have the dashboard thing up. Shout out to Salaga Awakening for the follow. But yeah, that's going to be me done. I'm heading out in a second. So I appreciate everyone coming out who did come out. Obviously, I know the streams are going to be a bit slower on the second channel, but we'll be... you have the Bone Spear helmet. Dude, I had that helmet drop earlier in the stream, but it was a worse roll than that one, so I just trashed it. I've had that helmet drop, like, I would say 5 or 6 times, I think. So it's typical, isn't it? It's like, I'm not using it for my build, so I keep getting it drop. That's always the way it is, I guess. But yeah, anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate those of you that did come out. Saturday, I'm going to do a longer stream for Diablo because I didn't realise. I thought I was going out at 7 and then I found out we're going out at 6. So I'm going to be ending the stream now. But Saturday, I'm going to be streaming basically all day. Tomorrow morning will be the morning Dokkan stream as usual on the main channel. And then there is no late stream because I'm busy all tomorrow afternoon. So I hope you guys check it out. The Super Vegito showcase just went up on my main channel, and make sure you guys check that out because it has a pretty funny, you'll see from the pretty funny thumbnail. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out, and I will see you all again soon.